What's up, guys? This is John from Dragonfly Computers, and today I'm going to talk about what I think is the best business laptop for 2018. It is an HP ProBook G5 450. It's got an i5, an 8th gen i5 with 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte NvMe hard drive. So first, let me start off by saying who this laptop isn't for, because if you fall into this category, you're probably not going to enjoy this review very much, and then we'll talk about who it is for. So who isn't it for? Someone that's running heavy 3D architecture software like CAD, anything that is going to need heavy 3D modeling capability. This laptop is not really going to handle that very well. Also, anyone that does like heavy video editing, or maybe a software developer that's running multiple VMs on your machine. You could get away with probably running one VM on this machine, but I think that would be about it. So if you're someone that needs a really heavy high-end laptop, then yes, this is not for you. Who is this machine for? It's for your lawyer, your accountant, your tradesman, plumber, electrician, HVAC guy, office manager, someone that just wants it for around the house, maybe a student or a nurse or anything like that. This machine is perfect for that. If you're basically looking at something that's just going to be a glorified word processor where you do email, you surf the web, you write papers, maybe you run your tax software like QuickBooks or anything. I mean, this will crush that stuff with plenty of power left over for other things while you're at it. But so basically, I'm just giving you an overview that basically this machine is really good for about 95% of business users out there. And then, you get your 5% that need those really high-end machines, and in which case you're probably not watching this video anyway because you know what you like and you know what you need, and I'll make a separate video for that if people really want it. So having said that, let's get into the review. So I'm going to tell you the number one thing that I like the best about this machine is the fact that it comes with an NvMe hard drive. The hard drive is the number one factor that users are going to, let's say your average user is going to notice the most performance of all the, if you factor in CPU, RAM, obviously hard drive or any other feature, the one feature that your average user is really going to notice an improvement, a speed improvement from, is the hard drive. Now, what is an NvMe hard drive? Well, it uses a different interface. So I've got a couple of hard drives here. This is an absolute piece of garbage. Let's see if I can get it in focus here. Sorry. A 5400 RPM traditional mechanical hard drive. These were never good, even in their heyday. As far as I'm concerned, mechanical hard drives have been obsolete for probably 6 or 7 years already. But if you go and you buy a Best Buy special or a Staples special, you'll still probably get a mechanical hard drive. This is a 5400 RPM, so this is the bottom of the barrel mechanical hard drive. They are so slow, even right out of the gates, they perform terribly. And the longer you have them and the more data you store on them, the worse they get. So when you go to your Staples or your Best Buy or your big box store and you get that $300 laptop, guess what you're going to get inside for a hard drive? You're going to get one of these 5400, maybe a 7200 RPM mechanical hard drive that's going to be slow as shit right from the beginning, and it's only going to get worse over the life of the laptop. So these are the old form factor hard drives, and you can see that is the SATA interface, how it connects to the actual motherboard of the laptop. Now, you've all heard about solid-state hard drives, and here's an example of a solid-state hard drive. As you can see on the outside, it looks identical to the mechanical. The difference being is that this has a spinning disk and a magnetic read-write head, and it's got a lot of moving parts and actuators, and it uses a magnetic read-write head to write the ones and zeros to the spinning disk inside. And over time, a lot of different parts can fail. They're very fragile. A single drop can break these things sometimes. So they're obsolete for a million different reasons, and they suck. So this is a solid-state hard drive. Inside this does not have a spinning disk. It's just got microchips, so random reads and writes. It doesn't care about that. But it does suffer from the same limitation that last hard drive suffered from, which is the interface. This is the SATA interface. You can see that this piece is identical to the other hard drive because it does use the same interface. Now, does it perform infinitely better, or let's say orders of magnitudes better than that mechanical? Yes, absolutely it does. It can perform probably 10 times better than that mechanical, maybe more, right? But it's still limited by the SATA interface. Now, this, in my opinion, is also has seen its time come and go, and I really think that SATA has become obsolete because I've been using these NvMe hard drives for a long time now. So this is an example of an NvMe hard drive. Now, this laptop does not come with a Samsung 970 Pro. This is pretty much the best you can get, but it does come with an NvMe hard drive. Now, what is the NvMe piece? As you can see, is that right there. That is the interface that connects to the motherboard. And as you can see, it's clearly totally different than the SATA interface from these other drives that we just had a look at, okay? You know, obviously there's the difference. It's a huge difference. Why does it matter? Because, I'll put this back. Why does it matter? Because the NvMe interface allows the computer to channel the hard drive data reads and writes over the PCI Express bus instead of the traditional SATA bus is what you would have in all other machines. And in layman's terms, what that means is that NvMe can perform much faster than a SATA hard drive. Even if you're going to compare a solid state to a solid state, the NvMe is going to wipe the floor with the SATA solid state because the NvMe has just, it's a much wider highway, and you can pass a lot more data through it. So you can sometimes get, even you take the fastest SATA SSD that money can buy, and it can still only read-write at about 500 to 550 megabytes per second, whereas the fastest NvMe can do like 1800 or 2000. Now, does this machine run that fast? I doubt it. You know, if you really want to see, I can benchmark it, but what it does do is it does run a lot faster than the SATA hard drive can go. So that is something to that's worth paying for, and it's a great feature. So in my opinion, when I'm rolling these out to clients, the best performance gain that they're going to get is going to come from a fast hard drive, and this has the fastest hard drive you're going to get on a budget, and we're gonna talk about budget in a minute. So having said that, the next thing that this machine has that I love about it is it comes with an integrated TPM module. What is an integrated TPM module? TPM stands for Trusted Platform Module. And I can make a whole nother video about what that means and what it is. But in a nutshell, what it comes down to is that you can encrypt this device very, very easily as a result of it having an integrated TPM module. Basically, it's a chip that's soldered into the motherboard or plugged into the motherboard that remembers your encryption password for you. Now, there are ways to use either third-party encryption tools, or there's a way that you can work around the Windows built-in encryption tool where you can still encrypt the device without having, you don't have to have the TPM, but man, it makes life a lot easier. So when you have a machine built with a TPM module in mind, you know that that's a business machine. It's a machine that's built for business. Who needs that? Lawyers need it. CPAs need it. Healthcare professionals need it. They have to encrypt mobile devices. That in Massachusetts, that's actually the law. So, and frankly, even if it's not the law where you live, which it probably is, it's still a best practice. I mean, I encrypt everything. I mean, I'm silly. I'll encrypt anything. You know, even if it's just a kid's laptop that he plays video games on, I'll still encrypt it. So you want a TPM, and that is a great feature. In order to take advantage of the TPM, you have to get it with Windows 10 Pro. The biggest difference between the Windows Pro operating system and the Windows Home operating system is the fact that the Pro operating system has the ability to encrypt the hard drive built into the operating system. That's really the main difference between the Home and the Pro version, and it's like a $20 price difference. So you get yourself the Pro operating system. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't be stupid. Thirdly, it's got a backlit keyboard. That's an awesome feature. So I'm going to boot this up so you can kind of see how fast it comes to life. And you can see hopefully you can see that the keyboard has lit up. It's pretty bright in here, so hopefully you can see that a little bit. And you can see how quickly this thing is already we're to the login screen. I mean, you can go back, or maybe I can figure out how to edit like a clock onto that, but you can see that was what, maybe 10, 15 seconds, and we're ready to go. I mean, we're ready to rock, and I can start using this machine already. I mean, it's not set up yet. I'm setting it up for a client's wife, so it's, I mean, it's you know, it's not fully set up. It's still got all the Windows 10 dumb stuff that I have to get rid of on there. But long story short, I just wanted to kind of show everybody how fast this machine. I mean, while we're at it, I'll kick off a reboot, and you can see how fast it reboots. And if you want to, oh, it's got an update, so of course it's going to do updates. So it's going to ruin my video for me. Anyway, hopefully the update will finish while I'm still filming, and then I can run a reboot. And you can see, I mean, the thing reboots in about 10 seconds. So having said that, that's another great feature. What's another great feature about it? Well, it's lightweight. So now we're up to great feature number 4. It's lightweight. It's got a very small power supply. So let me grab that for you. You can see, and this is, I think it's just a 45 watt. Is it a 45 watt? I should have checked that before I started the video. But you can see that the power, it's tiny. The power supply is this big. You know, it's barely bigger than the NvMe hard drive. So what that comes down, and I already ran the update and did the reboot, but what it comes down to is when you got to drag these things around, the heavier they are, the bigger they are, the heavier they are, the more of a pain in the ass they are to drag around. So this thing is going to be very lightweight. The laptop itself is very lightweight. It's got a nice, I don't know if it's like the magnesium finish, but it's got the nice, I mean, it feels almost like a MacBook or something. It's got the nice, it's not the cheap plastic finish. And I think that's a nice upgrade. It's one of those things that's definitely not a necessity. It's a luxury, but it's a nice, you know, if looks matter to you or just feel matters to you, you know, this is a laptop that has form and function. It's not a form over function type thing, but it's just nice. So, you know, it feels nice. It's nice. It's got probably a 6 to 8 hour battery life. I know it's rated for longer than that, but realistically, when you're running you know, it's like gas mileage in a car. They all say that your car gets, you know, 25 miles per gallon, but that's down a hill with nothing in it, no weight in it, you know, with the wind blowing in your direction as a tailwind. You know, you might get that gas mileage, but the reality is you probably get, you know, a few miles less per gallon when you buy that new car. So this is no different than that. The battery life says it's rated for like 12 to 14 hours. You're never going to get that unless you're in sleep mode the whole time. But when you're actually practically using it with the screen running and all the rest of it, you're going to get 6 to 8 hours. You get a full day of work out of it. So that's another great feature about the laptop. And then the last, number 5 feature about it that may seem trivial to some people, but not to me, is the fact that it's still got the integrated Ethernet connection, devoted Ethernet connection, in addition to, obviously, the Wi-Fi connection. So why does that matter? It's a single point of failure. There's a lot of laptops now, and again, when you get your $300 Best Buy laptop, it may be Wi-Fi only. They leave out that Ethernet connection. So why does that matter? Well, I'll give you a perfect example. I just had a client call me. I had bought them one of these HP laptops, a little higher end laptop, and then they were looking to get another laptop for their assistant. I recommended this model. The assistant wanted to go with a Lenovo instead that he had spec'd out, so he did, and it came with Wi-Fi only, and lo and behold, the reason I don't use Lenovo's anymore is because I've had a lot of warranty issues with them. Now, they're very good about their warranties. They'll fix them. They'll send people out to come fix the machine. And they're very good about honoring their warranties. The problem is every freaking Lenovo I deploy ends up needing a warranty service. That's not good. So this machine, there you go. He's had it for a couple months, and lo and behold, the Wi-Fi just shit the bed. So now he's looking at opening a warranty ticket with Lenovo, and in the meantime, he's down. He had to go and buy a USB 3 Ethernet adapter, so now he loses an Ethernet port, and now he's got to run a 20-foot cable because he sits across the office and he's nowhere near the router to plug into, so because he was on Wi-Fi. So that's a major major problem in my opinion. So that's why I always like to have the 2 options built in. I don't want to have someone have an issue with their Wi-Fi and then have to go buy like a $20 or a $50 adapter so that they can plug into Ethernet. I want that built into the machine because you're getting rid of a single point of failure when you do that. So it's got Ethernet, it's got Wi-Fi, obviously. We have an SD card reader here, a headphone jack here, a USB 3 right here, a place where you can hook in a laptop block on this side, and then on this side you have HDMI, 2 more USB 3s, and a what looks like a USB-C maybe, and what do we got over there? Oh, that's where the power plugs in because I unplugged the power. So you get plenty of USBs on here for a laptop, and it really is very lightweight. So I'm going to kick off another reboot here as I finish the video so you can see how quickly it reboots, because hopefully we're not going to have to do an update this time. So there you go. Start your stopwatch, and I'll just finish off by saying this. The best thing about this laptop is the price. This is an $840 laptop. You're not going to get anything like this. An NvMe hard drive, an i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, DDR4 RAM, and the lightweight, the battery life. I mean, this really has it all. And you're getting it for, and there you go, you're done with the reboot. And you're looking at this for $840. So yeah, a really cheap budget laptop you might be able to get for $650. You're still going to end up with a SATA hard drive. You might not even get a 256. You might get a mechanical hard drive with that. You're probably going to have Wi-Fi only. You're definitely 100% not going to get the backlit keyboard. And then another feature this thing has is the biometrics. It does do it's got the fingerprint reader right here. And I consider that a bonus feature. Some people use it, some people don't. But you get your webcam up here. So I think it can also do the face recognition. So that being said, this machine has everything you do want, nothing you don't. It's got nothing you don't need, and everything you do need, everything you want in a good, solid business machine for a price you can definitely live with. I would recommend getting the warranty on it, and that's, I think, adds another 140, 150 bucks. That gets you up to $1,000 Now, I will say that I have not had to warranty any of these machines, any of the HPs that I've been rolling out. And I've been rolling out HPs for about 3 years now to all my clients. Not a single warranty service yet. So that being said, if you want to live on the edge and not do the warranty, you can get away with it. If you're using it in a business machine, frankly, I think the best business practice, and this is what big corporations do, they buy machines, they get a 3-year warranty on them. When the 3-year warranty is up and they're done depreciating it on the books, they swap them out and get new ones. I think that's the best way to go. And that's what I recommend people do. Not everybody has the budget for it, but in a perfect world, that would be how I would roll out laptops everywhere. So that being said, I mean, if you guys have different suggestions, if you have some questions about this machine, something that I didn't cover, if you think that these aren't good machines and you've got something else that you want to talk about, please feel free to start a discussion in the comments, and I will jump in and have at it with you. And that being said, I don't really think I have too much else to say. I do believe that in 2018, this is the best business laptop. This is the best value. I spent hours and hours drudging through all the different models, all the different features to make sure I could find a good, fast, reliable, lightweight, good battery life laptop that I can roll out, that I won't have to worry about once it's rolled out, that are going to last my clients a good long time, and they're going to perform well. And they're going to run just as fast 3 or 4 years from now as they are the day that I deploy them. So that's it. That's my review of the HP ProBook 450 G5. I'm not getting paid by anybody. I'll link it below. I don't make any money on that. This is just a public service opinion video that I wanted to share with people because I work in this industry, and if you want the opinion of someone that rolls these things out all the time, if you're looking for a good laptop, this is the one. Have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos.